Welcome to another week of Rain City Roar. I am Butler.
I'm in pain.
And I'm Detroit Rick. What's up, bitches? Woo!
Ow.
What's up? We got to win.
Yeah. Sorry, I need to get through this real quick. I just I realized that my TV wasn't muted, so I went to mute the TV and I came and I sat back down and I slammed my foot against the counter that we're sitting at. It was almost as bad as you with the pull-out bed.
Oh, that was brutal. That was brutal.
Oh,
I had blood in my lower shin for like 3 weeks after that trip. That was brutal. So what a game, huh? Man, that was fucking awesome, guys.
Yeah,
I tell you what, these guys have put together several good weeks of football.
4 out of 5.
It's almost 5 out of 5.
You know, 5 out of 5. I'm saying 4 out of 5 weeks with a win. So
yeah,
you're right. 5 out of 5.
5 games, 4 wins. It's almost becoming normal, and I feel uncomfortable saying that. But that game. So let's recap the past several weeks here. Going into New York, they had won 2 games in a row. They won that game, and it was in a very convincing way. And I know I said this last time, but it was really cool being at a visiting stadium and seeing their fans leave early.
Oh yeah,
it was actually great.
They were going out in drawers, baby.
But then we went to Detroit for Thanksgiving, and the Bills are. You say who's the top 2 teams in the league? Chiefs and the Bills. Who'd you say?
The Bills.
And who was the other one?
No, I said Chiefs.
Oh, okay, yeah, Chiefs and the Bills.
Yep.
And I was expecting to go into that game and get our asses kicked.
Right.
And we didn't.
We didn't.
We played them right down to the last few seconds, and we lost.
I said we'd win that game.
And the Bills fans were humbled quickly in doing this game. They talked a lot of shit. There was a lot of Bills fans at this game because most of them spent the whole fucking week there. And I was done with them. Told them to get the fuck out of our city. They were doing all this chanting and shit. So I created the chant says, "Go home, Buffalo." I made everybody chant, "Go home, Buffalo." Like, get the fuck out of our city now.
Yeah, they have some song that they sing, and I can't remember.
It's irritating as shit, by the way.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I just can't tell you guys how excited I am to have a Sunday where I'm not just bummed out.
Oh.
I mean, it was a top 3 overall complete game, which I always talk about. I sell it all the time. They all need to fire. The defense looked solid. They don't look confused anymore. I think they're really settling in. So I don't know, man. And the offense, I mean, look how many offensive weapons we have.
I know.
Are you kidding me?
Every aspect of this game was spot on, dude.
Yeah.
Couple missed throws, but that's okay. It's going to happen.
Well, I got some stats here I want to throw at you guys real quick, and I think these are big. So if you look at this, you got 7 different players that rush the ball and 8 different players that receive the ball.
That's
today. That's huge. I also have one more, which I thought was pretty cool if I can fucking find it. I mean, we owned that game.
Yep.
That was just silly. You know what I mean? It was
finish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was amazing. So
and Fabio had a game from hell today.
In a good way.
Yeah.
You talk about Alex Anzalone, but
okay. I was like, who the fuck is Fabio? I got you. Okay.
Wait, hold on a second. We didn't punt today?
No, not once. Every play was a score.
When's the last time that's happened?
Let me ask you. That's the thing. Look at this and tell me what you guys think are the 2 biggest things on here.
Hey, hide that comment.
I'm trying to hide the comment.
We'll go back to Dwayne's comment.
All right, hold on.
Only got penalized 1 time.
Yeah, there was no. Yeah, what happened to the game? No penalties on us.
There was no penalties and no punts, or 1 penalty and no punts.
1 penalty toward the end. Yeah,
we didn't.
That's a huge. No.
Oh my god.
That's a huge stat. I mean,
did we score on every possession?
Every possession.
Yes,
that was the thing they were saying online.
Holy crap, that's incredible.
I'm telling you, again, I go back. Can you imagine if we'd have won last week? We'd be 500 football right now.
Well, I got a little crazy after the first half because, I mean, I hate to do that. I almost bought a Amon-Ra St. Brown jersey. But
I was going to do
it.
I
waited until after the game so I didn't jinx it because it seems like everybody I buy jerseys.
I'm going to buy one too, dude. I keep putting off buying new players' jerseys, but this guy's special, man.
Dude, Well,
He's special.
I don't know if you guys saw the title today I put for the podcast. I put a sun god and a Charknado. Because
Yeah.
DJ Shark had hands of glue today.
Yeah.
He caught some, and so did Amon Ra. Yeah, and the one penalty Matthews got was suspect. I mean, even the guys up in the booth said that they wouldn't have called.
Yeah, they both said, how's that a holding? They all of them were saying the same thing in the booth. And
they missed that huge defensive pass interference. We would have been the final score would have been 44. But like I said, I can't complain too much about that.
A couple turnovers.
No. Let's get to the sponsors real quick.
You guys back up here real quick.
Okay, let me get the sponsors real quick. GearUpDetroit.shop, RCR 25 off. Jeff put some really cool shirts up this week. I don't know if you guys saw them or not. So guys, get over there and get 25% off on that. We also have our sponsor, Montucky. They have a cool little snack finder, and I load it. I don't think I did. Well, I did the whole thing where I was by Ford Field today, and there's like 6 or 7 bars, including the foaling warehouse, that has Montucky. Look at that. Nice. You said bring up somebody's whose comment am I bringing up?
Dwayne, I want to touch on that real quick. The one that you had up earlier. So the very last sentence, they're better than what our record is. So let's just recap here real quick.
Oh boy.
So the Eagles, we lost to them by 3 points.
Eagles.
The Vikings, we lost to them by 4 points. The Seahawks, we lost to them by 3 points. The Patriots, we got our asses kicked. Cowboys, we got our asses kicked.
Yeah.
And then
but
Dolphins,
since those 2 games,
Dolphins, we lost by 4 points. So 4 of the 7 losses that we have right now were 1-score games. Like, I completely agree with what Dwayne is saying here. And it's nice to see them stringing these together. I'm sorry. I apologize. We lost to the Bills by 5 of the 7 games. We lost to the Bills by 3 points.
And
this is not a bad football team.
No, not at all. And the 7 games we lost, all 7 games we lost were to teams with winning records.
Really?
Yep. Check it out.
Shit.
I wouldn't lie to you, man.
Rick nailed it. Matt confirms.
See?
No.
Thank you, Matthew.
These guys have just been so close. They've been so close. And the game today, so both teams went in here at 4-7. And
I got a good one. Here we go.
The Lions did what a better team than their opponent should do. And they just completely controlled that game from start to finish. There was at no point did any of us feel concerned or worried or the Lions jitters or whatever we call it. Nobody was saying same old Lions. It was the Lions went out there and played like a good team would play against a mediocre team and just dominated the game. Right.
Yep.
One thing today that I noticed on Twitter is nobody. I didn't see SOL once. I saw one. This tweet's going to come back to bite me in the ass. But for the most part, even after we head into the second half, where people usually get negative, no one was negative. And I got to tell you guys, it's okay to be excited about this team. I mean, if you look at how healthy we are, how many receivers, like that stat I brought up earlier,
oh my God,
different receivers, 7 different running backs. I mean, dude, that team is exciting, and the defense looks solid.
Oh yeah, they look. Here's talking about the defense. So this morning I was up a little late last night after Michigan victory, and I had a relish and a cigar and some scotch. So I didn't get to bed till late. So I got up a little late this morning, but I was able to watch a little bit of Sports Center. And they always do the fantasy picks and stuff. And they had Detroit, and they had to sit them, and they said sit Detroit's defense. I'm like, fuck you. Give the Lions a little bit of respect. The last 3 games, we have held teams to under 40 fucking points. But today, that proved that shit. That was good stuff, man. And by the way, I bought me a new Detroit. I love going back to Detroit because I get Detroit stuff. I went to Dick's and bought this shirt because I love Dick's. This is cool.
I wish we had the over-under this week. You'd already be
so hard.
But I'm what you're saying, Butler, is we go to the same bar all the time to watch the Lions games, and we had to shift bars because when we went to close, but all the same people are there. And we've been watching football there for almost 20 years now, watching the Lions. And we know everybody in there. normally I'm walking the bathroom and same old Lions, yeah, we're losing. I was skipping to the bathroom. I couldn't wait to take a piss to skip by the freaking all the other fans in there and to say, "Hey, look at
I've seen Rick skip. It's funny.
He was definitely skipping. It was disturbing, and I don't ever want to see it again. But
it's so cool. But you know what, Butler, and now there's still those people out there. When I was in Detroit, and people are still the same old Lions, and we need to pay for a draft pick. Fuck you guys, man. We're not playing for a draft pick. We're going to get some fucking respect after this game. Yeah, we played a 4-17, but they're also on the climb. We kicked their ass. We took the Bills to the freaking limit. All the games we lost were teams that have winning records. We have something going on here, man. Took a little longer to gel and get it going, but look at this shit, man.
I mean, it's. I think it's amazing the turnaround the last 5 weeks. But let's talk about the playoff push. I mean, look. We don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, but at the same time, I mean, I found myself about halfway through the second quarter Googling the NFL playoff generator. So what I did was I went through and I took the NFC and I took ideal situations and unideal situations. And it was about 50-50 where I came up with that at this point, and I didn't give a shit about the AFC, but if we can go 9-8, which is very, very possible at this point. And we even can lose the last game with certain scenarios. We can still play Minnesota in the playoffs. Now, is that ideal? Absolutely, because we're going to play Minnesota next week. And I think I'm going to call it right now. Kirk Cousins is trash. Everybody's been talking about him all season. And I just can't understand it. You know, they're throwing the chains on him in the plane. He's garbage. You guys are putting your hopes on somebody worse than Goof.
Speaking of which, you need to change his name today. He deserves to be called Goff because
Cade had something here on Twitter. I'm a massive Goof hater. I still want to replace him. He's dealing right now. I got to give it to him. I fucking agreed 100%.
He played a great game today.
He did play a good game.
He played a great game. He was very
smart. What's in between good and great, Neil?
Huh?
What's in between good and great?
A victory.
Good and great.
How do you do a W? How do you a W?
I'm not gonna give him great. I'm gonna give him. Actually, I gotta almost give him great. I mean, his stats. He had over 300 yards, 2 touchdowns.
And
impressive.
He didn't throw a pick.
And a couple of throws that should have been caught. And so he kind of threw.
No shit. We lost the boys. There we go. You guys back? All right.
Yeah, we're here.
That's a loser. Okay. Quit hitting that eject button, bitch. When Butler wants to make a point, he ejects me and Neil out of the fucking.
No, I do not. That's not true. we know the.
Oh, yeah, an eyebrow hanging up there. See, when
you get long fucking eyebrow.
When you get old, that shit happens. I try to trim them. Oh, and by the way, you know what kind of conversation we had at the bar today? This is dudes watching football, drinking fucking beer, and then all of a sudden, since the Lions are winning, we're talking about other shit, watching the game but happy. Talking about the best way to shave your fucking balls and your bat wing and shit. What the fuck?
Shaves their balls.
Dead serious. And I thought that I was an average.
No, he's not average.
I thought that I was an average person.
You're goofy.
But apparently, I'm the only one of my friends that have ever shined a flashlight through the bat wing. So
Butler's done it.
Butler's totally done it. I know Butler's done it.
I don't know anything about what you guys are talking about.
No, I'll tell you later.
Because you probably don't shave your balls.
I never even shave my balls.
And you probably look like Papa in a headlock down there, so whatever.
I let chicks shave my balls.
That's fantastic. So real quick, talk about Dave pointed out something a couple comments ago that the best thing is that the Rams are continuing to lose. So, I didn't expect this to happen, but I was talking to somebody today about it, and it's just like, this is actually really cool because Stafford won the Super Bowl first year out of Detroit, and now he's hurt, and the Rams aren't doing well, but we're kind of getting the best of both worlds as Detroit fans. And we got to see Stafford win. And then we also are going to probably get a top 5 pick out of the deal. I can't be upset with that. That's about best case scenario.
Yeah, everybody's been talking about that all week and at the game today. Go ahead, Rick. Sorry.
Well, no, I was just saying, and think about the Rams right now. So we get their first round pick. Stafford's out. They're sitting Danielson and freaking Crump's out. Cooper Kupp. He's out. They're not going to win many games. Right now, they're second from the last. We get that.
The other thing with the playoff generator, let me just mention from earlier that I put up that graphic, is that there all these teams that need to lose are teams that are going to lose. I mean, there's some big games in there.
Yeah.
And I mean, Green Bay, they kind of came back and beat Chicago today, which I kind of wanted to see Chicago kind of hang on. But you got to understand, we beat Chicago. We lost the Vikings. The Vikings at this point doesn't matter. They're going to win the division. I mean, they can lose it.
But we need to win that game. We need to win next week's game.
We beat Green Bay, and we have games. Like I said, I think next week, I think we're going to win that game.
So our schedule. What is our
schedule's good?
What's our toughest game rest of schedule? Is it going to be the Vikings? Who we got left?
Vikings, Jets, Panthers, Bears, Packers.
Jets is going to be tough.
Yeah,
the Jets and Vikings are 2 tough games.
And that's at Jets. So they're actually playing in Meadowlands twice this year.
Let's go back.
Let's do it. Let's go.
Well, the other thing too is think about the Commanders today. The Commanders tied. Oh. Okay, so we beat the Commanders. So we have that NFC. We have a 1.5 games up on the NFC. If they come down to the wild card, which those guys are going to start to lose. They've been on a streak. I think they're 6-1 in the last 7 games, but they started off the season horrible. So either way, I mean, I'm telling you guys, I think there's a chance. I really do.
There is. There actually is a chance. And you touched on this earlier, and I hate saying that you're right. Dude, you are on top of your stats today. Holy shit. I was just fact-checking you on things. Good job. But the thing that you touched on earlier that is a very important piece of this puzzle is that the Lions are getting healthy right now.
Dude,
I'm glad St. Brown wasn't hurt today.
This team healthy, I mean, they're dangerous, man. If Goof doesn't goof it, as long as Goof can throw
like
he played today, or maybe 25% less better than he played today for the rest of the season, this team's dangerous.
Okay.
Dangerous.
Okay, he's our quarterback. He's who we have.
He's who you have. He's our quarterback.
We have. You're a Lions fan. Today's game was great. Mm-hmm. It was great. He's had some mishaps, and I say the same thing. But look at the stats when we're talking about the losses that we have. So if he was a little bit better, but along the teams, some of these passes, receivers, who's there's a few passes that we could have first downs, we could have taken the lead, but who's not reading the routes right? Is it receivers or is it Goof, Goff?
Today was the first time that it wasn't Goof's fault when someone dropped the ball.
Right.
He floated one pass, ducked it, and Swift dropped it. Other than that, he played a fantastic game. I can't take that away from him.
So what about Swift and Williams, man, today? Sorry.
No, let me be that guy real quick. I hardly ever blame the quarterback when the receiver drops the ball. If it hits him in the hands, he did his job.
And especially
I agree. And that's why I said the one that he did throw as a duck, the one pass that he threw shitty today, it was a floater and it hit him in the hands and he dropped it. But
so he threw 41 passes today, and we're only identifying one as being a shit pass.
Exactly. No, I'm not
arguing. Sure.
I agree. This is a stat I had from the first. The Lions had 16 first downs in the first
and no penalties for late. That's amazing, man.
And they had, they had no 4th down conversions today. You know why? Because they never played on 4th down.
Okay, let me fact check that. Hey, let me fact check the first down stat real quick. They did not have 16 first downs today.
No, in the first half.
Oh, they had 31 total first downs today.
Yes. And they had 0 4-point conversions because they did not have a 4th down all day. It's insane.
16 in the first half.
Yep.
So I know that you don't like Goff, but 21 of those 31 first downs were passing first downs.
They ran. They had a great balance. I think I texted you, Neil, the OC, Ben, whatever his name is. Man, he put together a great game plan today. Those little short screens, the quick fake dumps, those were nasty. I mean, I don't think anybody could have.
The touchdown the second touchdown by St. Brown, he had 2 today, right?
Yes.
The second touchdown by St. Brown. That was the most beautiful play call that I have seen in years. Since the one that was the year that the Eagles won the Super Bowl and then they called it the Philly Special, where we used it on the 2-point conversion attempt. Dude, there was nobody within 10, 15
Yeah,
yards
he
of
was
St.
wide
Brown.
open, wide open. And how do you leave St. Brown?
Like, he's clearly
Wide open.
the guy.
He is our number one
That
receiver.
guy is. I gotta say,
How do you not put someone on him?
if he gives me one more year of what he's doing now, I'll put him above Megatron. He is amazing.
First off, you
Yeah.
watch your damn mouth.
Yeah.
Second,
Yeah.
Sorry.
Nobody airs out
I'm
like
sorry.
that.
I'm sorry. I mean,
no,
he's
I
been
think
playing
I think-
phenomenal.
okay, I will say this. In terms of being a physical dominant presence that
I mean,
will give you the highlight reels.
well,
That will
yeah,
give you the
he's-
highlight reels. Kelvin Johnson was the guy.
I agree.
I will say this right now. At the clip that St. Brown is going, statistically, he could have more impressive stats at the end of his career than Kelvin Johnson did. One, because Kelvin Johnson only played for 9 or 10 years. And two, just because this guy's just churning. He's churning. He's good enough. This is where I think that he's finding a really cool, like, little niche, is that he's the number one receiver on the Lions, but he's not good enough to demand double coverage. Kelvin was always double covered.
I don't know.
Covered.
I mean, hopefully people don't watch this podcast, because absolutely you should double cover Amon-Ra St. Brown every play. Every play. He's amazing.
No, he's doing a great job. Like, he does his job at an elite level. I would say that he is comparable, without the top end speed, he is comparable to Antonio Brown level productivity potential at his prime. And I'll say that confidently. Like, St. Brown's playing out of his fucking mind. Out of his mind.
And the other thing about St. Brown is he reminds me of like and we were talking about this a little bit earlier. He's no Calvin Johnson, okay? The physicality, the size, okay, but Golden Tate, the yak, the rack.
Yards at the catch.
mean, he is when St. Brown pulls that, he does not. And there was one example, I don't remember when, I think it was the second or third quarter, and he was by the sideline and he stopped and did a spin move.
Yeah,
I mean, those are the types of things that I love to see. And I mean, like I said, I'm a huge fan. He's awesome.
The extra effort. Effort. Get a half a yard or a yard or 5 yards.
Why don't you guys talk about Shark real quick? Give me a second, okay? Go ahead. DJ Shark had glue on his gloves today.
Yeah, I think that this was the version of him that we were hoping that we were getting when we signed him. And he's been he's been hurt. What?
Look at my glasses from the light.
Yeah, it does that. It's called reflection. It's incredible.
I know. I thought I was fucking turning into a devil.
It's been like that for 6 weeks, and you just noticed
I was
it.
turning into a devil or something. Look at that shit. Man, it's the badass Terminator. Ooh. Look at that shit.
I hate you so much. So DJ Shark, we picked him up. You're such an idiot. We picked him up this offseason, and there was a lot of high hopes that he could come in and be productive. And up to this point, he's been underwhelming. And he's been dealing with injuries and whatnot. But this was, I think that this was the game that kind of justified the signing for him. Yeah, he did. He had he had a one catch for 41 yards. He averaged almost 20 yards of reception today, and that was only on five receptions. He had 6 targets, almost 100 yards. So he had 98 yards. I think that this was the version of the dude that we were expecting to sign.
Yeah,
I gotta disagree with you. He's been underwhelming. I mean, he's had decent catches in all the games. I mean,
all 3 that he's played in.
Well, if you're comparing him to Amon-Ra St. Brown, I mean, come on, you know what I mean? But I think he's had a decent season.
I think that he was a sufficient Marvin Jones replacement.
Oh, right.
He's Marvin Jones light.
Junior.
I'll say that. Yeah, I'm sorry, Marvin Jones Jr. light.
Yeah, Marvin Jones had a pretty shitty day today, which was nice to see. I mean,
they knew.
Their whole team did, and I love that. That's fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah, that team, their defense, one thing I wanted to talk, their defense looked like our defense earlier in the year. Like they could not get on the same page. They were confused. They were yelling at each other. They were moving around. They were doing this. It's like, dude, you're in the NFL. And that's the thing I love about our defense that I want to talk about is our defense looks like they know what they're fucking doing for once.
You're right. They
settle in. They're just there and they're ready to play the game. And yeah, they gave up a couple scores, but for the most part, they played a phenomenal fucking game today.
So I got to ask the question: because it's incredibly apparent that after Aubrey Pleasant was released from that team, that this defense took a step forward, a massive step forward. Was he the problem this whole time? Was Aubrey Pleasant the problem?
We quit giving up 48 points a game.
I don't know.
It's like a different.
I hate to put it on one person, but yeah, I mean, are you kidding me?
It's different.
Yeah,
clearly different.
The Lions fired the right person.
I
think they did for once. We're going to keep talking about the defense, but Matthew has a great question here. Does Swift seem afraid of any contact? And
I didn't see that today.
Well,
whoa. We did in the first half. In the first half, we did. Now, all of a sudden, something clicked in the third quarter, and he started being Swift again. So I don't know if he had some confidence.
Well,
if a deuce kind of got in his ear, I don't know what happened, but
so here's the thing.
He has been struggling.
It all started, I'm going to go back a few years back with the Seahawks with the fucking Sean Alexander. Back in the day, running backs, if they needed one more yard to get a first down, but a defender was there, they'd run out, they would fucking plow in, fucking barrel in there. Then Sean Alexander started to be that guy that needed 1 yard, but the defenders would run out of bounds and won't get hit. And more running backs do that. And I seen Swift do that today. He was running, he could have got the first down, but he ran out of bounds instead of taking a hit. I'm like, you know what? Man up. Take that fucking hit. Now, don't get me wrong. Swift had a great game today. But a lot of these running backs are just scared to take that extra hit to get that first down. They run out of bounds. But that's old school football. That's back in the day.
Again, towards the end of the game, he was not shy about anything. He was running upfield and doing what we were used to seeing Swift do.
Right.
So,
right.
I mean.
I just hate seeing running backs run out of bounds when they need take the hit and chance getting that first down.
It was literally the third quarter, coming out of the third quarter, and the Lions didn't let off the gas for once, and they gave it to Swift.
They didn't. They played hard.
Sorry, I'm trying to work some math here real quick because I want to paint a picture. What week did Pleasant get fired? Was it?
Sorry, what week did Pleasant get fired? It was I think the sixth week. I want to say 6 weeks because that's my litmus test, and that's what I called, and it was right.
That's a good word for you.
Wait, actually, you know what? Let's go to the tape. Let's ask the question here: are there coaching changes coming before next game? If you're going to make a coaching change, I think it needs to be this week. I don't think if it makes it any later, it's going to make a difference. So I think there's going to be coaching changes coming. Detroit Rick, what do you think?
I'm not going to make a coaching change. You know what? He's going to have, even if this year, if we end up being 1-16, he's going to get it. Oh, there she is. Bless her heart. Now, what was I saying?
I knew I could distract him. It's so easy.
You were talking about Huckleberry Hound, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Are there coaching changes coming before next week, Detroit Rick?
No. Yeah. I don't think we'll see any of this.
Neil says no.
What week was that?
That was week 6.
Was it? I will say
you can tell by the sweater.
So week 7 is when they let go.
So I wasn't expecting that to be the answer, but I will compare these two numbers. So through the first 10 weeks that we had, up until the Dolphins game, we averaged allowing 29.7 points per game, and then in the past 5 weeks, we've allowed 19 points a game. So 10 points less a game. The defense is stepping up. And I can't help but feel like that's because of whatever was going on with the whole Pleasant situation.
October 31st was when he was let go on Halloween because he's a fucking clown. No,
yeah, so that's right about it. That's right about it. How many games were there in November?
Yeah, exactly.
So I was about 4 right. So they are allowing 10 less points a game than they were under him. So that would have been like
the guys are saying I'm wrong. They got fired before Green Bay. So there's another win you can chalk up.
Before Green Bay?
Maybe it's week 5.
No, it wasn't that early.
Week 5. I didn't think it was either. I could have swore it was week 6, but Dwayne says no. And we got to listen to fans. They know what's up.
Hold on. I'm just going to look it up.
I looked it up. It's October 31st. So October 31st was what date? We've had we're in week 12, right?
It was October 31st.
Week 13.
It was October
week
31st that he got fired.
So they let him out. So it was week 13, 12, 11, 10, 9.
So
8.
he was fired right after the Dolphins game.
No. All right. Well, we cleared that up. Thanks, guys.
Yep. So since
Either way, yes. Since he's been fired, it has been a fucking complete transformation.
Yeah. So that was after week 10.
Hey, quick question about why he's doing that.
Holy shit!
Are we getting Twitter comments on here? Because all we see is the Facebook.
They don't
ones.
feed in here.
They don't feed in here.
No.
Can you?
No, I fixed everything today. We're not getting. I communicated with our servers support staff and have taken care of the comment situation. So unfortunately, we don't have any Twitter. Do we have the Rain City Roar Twitter on there?
It's on there. This is all Elon Musk's fault.
No, it's my Twitter. It's
No,
not. It's not the Rain City Roar Twitter.
Did you put your Twitter on, you idiot?
Well, yeah,
No,
because I don't
it's
have
not.
access to our Twitter. You're in charge of social media, even though I have the YouTube page and all this other shit, Neil.
Butler,
Do I have to fucking everything around here? I produce a podcast. I sit there and put all the goddamn pictures. I put the fucking goddamn comments. What else do I need to do?
Well,
It
is
literally says
a blowjob out of the question?
I told you a fucking million times, Rick. Hand jobs only. You fucking goddamn. Okay.
So, hey, real quick. I wanted to go back to what we were talking about earlier when you talked about the same old Lions. I get on some of these Detroit Lions pages and these fan pages, and there's still these freaking knuckleheads out there. Stop fucking winning, play for a fucking draft pick. Guys, we've been playing for a draft pick since 1957. Last year.
Where'd it go? That was the best one I've ever seen.
I love this guy.
Matt Giles, you are the man. I love you.
Yeah, guys, if you think this is funny, you should see us together in person.
Oh, it's
Because it's a
worse.
constant ball busting session. Sorry,
I'm
Rick,
so
go
tired of
ahead.
hearing these motherfuckers, the same old Lions bullshit, both play for a draft pick. No, we're done playing for a draft pick. Last year was by far one of our best draft picks since who knows when, Barry Sanders days. That's our one pick, though. But last year, shit happened. It takes a little bit to gel. I'm tired of hearing fuckers saying same old Lions because it's not the same old Lions. We've lost some games, but we've lost some quality games that we could have won. If we'd have played them games again now, guarantee we'd have probably won over half of those games. And the same shit about playing for a draft pick. These guys don't want to play. Look at the energy on the field today. Look at our players. Every one of them were pumped up. Oh, baby. Bless her little heart. Stop it, Butler.
Hey, that's you.
Oh, yeah, no, that's not me.
Rick was the model for that picture.
Negative. But no, you guys know what I'm saying. These Lions are freaking special. We talked about that at the beginning of the year. Yeah, it took a while to get things rolling and moving, but
Did you say special?
well, I'm kind of special.
You're kind of special.
Kind of.
Please finish your thing.
You're kind of special.
I'm just tired of hearing the Lions fans. If you don't want to be a Lions fan, get the fuck off this wagon and go fucking root for fucking
Can
Green Bay.
I throw a big curveball at you today? I
fuck.
think this is a really good question from earlier in the season. As I said, and I think you guys agree, we played a complete game today. So what is the one piece that is missing? If you could take any NFL player from a current team and bring them to the Lions, who and why today?
Current team.
Now, I think, personally, I'll kind of direct you guys. I think we need someone with some playoff experience, and I think we need a veteran.
Well,
but I can't really name someone specific. So is there anybody you guys
well, I'm a defensive guy, so I would say Donaldson all day long, but that's just me.
Well, Donaldson's hurt, so that's not going to
But if he wasn't hurt,
His name is Donald.
son,
Aaron Donald.
son.
Good. It ends with a D. I've seen it.
Austin, what's up with this shirt? You called it like 4 weeks back when I was wearing the shitty fucking sweaters, according to you
Now
guys.
you're wearing a shitty
I
shirt.
wore a weird shirt, and
I
then we
agree with
win.
Austin.
So fuck off, everybody.
I agree with
You can all
Austin.
Fuck off.
We shop at Goodwill. What the fuck?
Butler's broadcasting live from Margaritaville today.
Goodwill had a fucking red tag special. Oh, Sue.
So Austin says
I don't know,
Sue.
Austin. Sue's getting a little old, man. I don't think Sue's going to
Who
be
would
the
Sue
guy.
replace on our defense at this point?
I wouldn't want Sue at this point.
No, I wouldn't either. Yeah.
Who, if you guys in the comments can tell me who Sue would replace, I can tell you if I would want Sue or not.
Well, we have primarily gone to the big tackles, the guys that could almost kind of classify as nose tackles, and that's just not the. I'm a fan of it. It's cool. I love putting as much beef up there as you possibly can, but I think Sue at this point in his career, I wouldn't start him over anybody that we currently have starting at defensive tackle. It just doesn't match.
Who are our defensive tackles? Can somebody tell me?
Today, you got McNeil, you got Bug, you got let me see here. Who's the other guys? I'm pulling it up.
Man. Damn, well, he's pulling it up. Damn. I'm scared about the Jets game, but you know what? I'm scared about the Jets game, but we're playing good football. We took everybody to the limit, and I think we could. This Jets game, we're only going to get better. We're only going to get better every week. We're going to get better. This team is amazing right now. I'm excited, man.
I am too. I'm not going to lie. Like I said, I was looking at the playoff generator. I was excited. It's so cool to be happy on a Sunday. Why do we put so much fucking of our day into the fucking Lions?
Yeah.
So right now, the only people that the Lions have listed as defensive tackle on their depth chart is Ali McNeil, Isaiah Buggs, Benito Jones, and Michael Brocker.
Buggs got hurt today.
I would not. Okay, maybe Sue could be a starter at this point, but
I'm gonna put Sue on there.
Well, we had two people say Sue, so we had Dwayne and we had Austin. So
Austin said no Sue. Dwayne said no Sue.
I feel like
Dwayne, you're right. Dwayne did.
I feel like
and then he said Sue after that. Oh,
but he's correct
right. Spelling. I got it.
I feel like
middle linebacker
that can impact the game, and I think that we could upgrade over Goff. So I think my answer to your original question a few weeks ago was Patrick Mahomes, right? Which who wouldn't pick that one?
Right.
But the only other answer for me is somebody that, and I don't have any names right now this season that are just lighting fires, and that would be an obvious candidate for it. But somebody that can consistently get pressure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you guys are going to be surprised at this. Two things. First of all, Deshaun says insert big name wide receiver. Deshaun.
Yeah,
I'm getting to that. Deshaun, I don't think we need more receivers. We have the receiving core. Jameson didn't even get a chance today. He was 0 for 1. So just the threat of him being out there is good.
Right.
But I am my second thing that you guys are going to be super surprised on is I'm not saying get rid of Goff at this point because he is gelling with the team. So I wouldn't even ask, and I agree with Austin, a linebacker would be great. Somebody that can make some disruptions in the middle of the backfield. Rodriguez has done great. Hutchie's done awesome on his sacks and blitzing, but we need somebody that is going to take that middle flats out of the question.
I'll say this right now. The unsung hero of the free agency class this year is John Kaminsky.
Oh,
I love that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had a great game today. I don't know if you saw that pass he batted down. Everybody's making a big deal about his big hand. He hit that thing literally right in the middle of his hand.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
No, out of here.
Yep, shut the fuck up. Get the fuck out of here. So put the cart in front of the horse. So now it's the end of the year and draft time's coming up, and we have a really good pick because the Rams suck, and we're gonna get a really good pick from them. Probably number 2 because they suck so bad right now. And you guys watched the TCU game last night.
Mm-hmm.
You see that fucking quarterback?
Mm-hmm.
Was he not fucking crazy badass?
Mm-hmm.
So if we had an opportunity to get this guy, would you take him? He has a heart of a fucking lion. That dude. And he had like a fucking major heart surgery and shit like a couple weeks before the game. Then not this game, but beginning of the season, he's out there playing. Do you guys watch that game? Neil said yes.
I didn't know. I don't watch college football. I can't keep up. I have too much shit going on with NFL.
In Michigan, baby. Woo! So
it's just pro football, but younger. It's okay.
Yeah, I know. I can't keep up with the teams and the names. I'm just like, wait for him to get the NFL, and I'll go from there.
Since we
like
are
Jameson
Detroit
Williams,
team,
never heard of him before this year. Don't
since
care
we
about
are
him.
a Detroit podcast, half our fans are going to be Michigan fans. Other ones are going to be them Sparty fuckers. But oh god! And now they put fucking the Buckeyes right back in this goddamn playoff.
No, you know
shit.
what? I was saying this earlier to you at the bar, but it's like I would love nothing more at this point. They went in, they did their job last night. U of M beat Purdue. Purdue put up a good fight in the first half, but Michigan ran with it. Obviously, not breaking news, but to have the opportunity to be able to play Ohio State twice in one season and beat their ass twice in one season, sign me up.
Shut them motherfuckers up. Fucking hate the fucking butt nuts, man.
Joe.
What do you say?
He goes, I'm a Sparty fucker.
Hi, Joe.
Are you a Sparty fucker or are you a Sparty fucker?
I would say, well, the way that you said both of those, they could each be taken.
No, it was.
I'm gonna refrain. But
can I put one stat up here real quick that I thought was awesome, and we talked
I
about
love
a
that
little
you're on the whole
earlier.
stat game. It's making my day easy.
There was no penalties until 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
That's
and again, that penalty was suspect.
That's minutes.
Yeah.
That was a huge part of the game. Plus, we had some calls go our way.
Love you, Joe. Hang on one second. Joe, hang on one second. Love you, Joe. Sorry, man. I didn't mean to disrespect you. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Ricky.
No, I want to apologize to Joe. I didn't mean to disrespect you. You're still a Sparty fucker, but you know, you green people.
Joe.
Rick uses the F word as a term of endienment.
Yes.
Let's just get that
Love
out
you. Love you, Joey.
Same with cock, dick, penis, and everything else.
Love you, Joey.
The only thing, even that we had some calls go our way, which is nothing we're used to. And we've had that honestly for all the games we've won this year, which again comes back to making a difference. The call that Dan Campbell challenged.
Yeah. I want to talk.
I think it was a catch, but I'm a Lions fan. At the same time, objectively, I could say it was close. I don't know if it was. I go back to I don't know if it's enough to overturn the ruling on the field, and that's the thing we don't do enough on both sides. Is it enough to overturn the ruling on the field? It wasn't. It might have been. It was close. It went our way.
So here's the thing. So last year we were all bitching because Campbell wouldn't throw the fucking challenge flag. Then he would throw it the dumbest fucking times and wouldn't throw it. And one of our biggest bitches last year was Dan Campbell not throwing that challenge flag. Then today, I'm with a bunch of people at the table. Neil wasn't there yet. And there was a bunch of other friends at the table from other teams, but they all support the Lions when they come to our table, and they're all rooting for us and stuff. And
I'm tired of looking at these things. I'm just going to eat.
And everybody kept saying, oh, man, that's not a catch. That's a catch. That's a catch. We'll go either way. And then he threw the challenge flag. We're like, because we kept watching the replay, and the ball was kind of bobbing around. He had it in hands, then hit the ground. We're thinking, oh, fuck, there's no way. Don't challenge this because it's too close. He challenged it and won it, which that doesn't happen too often for the Lions. When it's a judgment call, it normally goes against us. And it went our way, and Dan Campbell was a god for that.
Agreed.
A what?
A god. G-O-double-D. Not to be confused with the big
God
God.
we got is Amon St. Brown Rob.
St. God in the field?
Son God.
Well, he won.
Hey, Neil, have you ever tried hot sauce on marshmallows?
I have not. No.
Put some Franks. They put that shit on everything. My butthole couldn't handle that shit.
Like,
I'm
not gonna lie.
Your butthole can handle a lot, I heard, Rick.
No, negative. Fuck that. Exit only, bitches.
Okay. No. So there's only a few things in life that I really love, and
Cock, penis,
besides those,
wiener dogs.
Dude,
but in the whole,
the over-under could have been 11 today, and Rick still fucking beat it.
In the food category, marshmallows are definitely up there.
That's not a food.
No, marshmallows are garbage.
Goddamn bacon double cheeseburger with a fucking eggs food, not marshmallows.
And those are good food. Marshmallows are food too. Can you eat it? If you can eat it, it's food. What's the definition of food, Rick?
Something you put in your mouth.
Alexa, what's the definition of food?
Unless you're gonna put hot sauce on those marshmallows, let's react to some Twitter.
Any nourishing substance that is eaten, drunk, or other
Drunk. Said,
Did she just say eating drunk?
Promote growth, etc.
She said drunk.
Ask them to give you more definition.
No, thank you. That was sufficient, Alexa. I appreciate you.
That is not
You can go back
nutrition.
on.
Let's react to some Twitter here, boys. I think we did this one. I'm a massive. Well, we talked about that one. Goof Hater still want to replace him. He's dealing. Got to give it to him. Goff played a great game today. Ben, sorry Ben. If JMO scores a touchdown today, I'm doing a lap around my apartment complex with the Rocky music playing.
Everyone's
He didn't
excited
get
to
a
get the guy in there.
He didn't get a catch. So
Yeah, but he put butt decoy. He's there.
he made a huge difference.
Baby steps.
Absolutely.
He's back on the roster. He's playing.
Brad says, well, I guess it's not risky to use Jamison Williams as a gunner on the punt team if you never punt. Did you guys see that on Fox News this morning?
I love that.
Did you guys see that on Fox News this morning? Well,
Put that
did
back
you see
up.
that on Fox News? First of all, did you see that on Fox News this morning?
Yeah, there was a
Where
whole
they-
thing. There was a whole
Yeah,
thing.
they're
We
going to
talking
say
about-
it. So he said, well, I guess it's not risky to use Jamison Williams as a gunner on the punt team if you never punt.
So there was this whole thing today where they were talking about pregame, where they were talking about how the Lions insinuated that they would use him heavily on as a gunner for punts and whatnot, and that he had very impressive college tape on it, and that there was an area where he clearly excelled. And everybody was like, "Why would you use him for that? Why would you use him for that? He's coming back off an injury. You're supposed to milk him back into the receiving game and stuff like that." And I mean, it was. I agree. It was one of those things where I was just like, yeah, why would you work him so hard coming fresh off an injury?
Right.
But that is a fantastic point. You can say that, but you don't actually have to worry about it until you have to execute it. So so they didn't punt, we're good to go.
And
Man,
before we're down the field, I had a good one. Lions with good clock management is insane. I mean, we talked about this I think we talked about clock management almost every podcast but one.
it's easy.
They had they managed the clock perfectly today. So either they're paying attention to the Rain City Roar podcast, or Campbell's finally figured out I need to pull my shit together and do my homework.
I think it's the latter.
That clock management, yeah, I'm pretty sure it is the latter. But the clock management was phenomenal. So I'm super stoked.
Yeah, there's an all-around good game, man. It was a great game to watch. And right there, Austin, you're right. Fucking hate fucking OSU. You can't spell cocksucker without OSU.
God, you guys and your OSU. And
I didn't say that. He said it.
cocksuckers.
Butler, let me ask you a question real quick, because I'm genuinely
Yeah, go ahead.
curious about it. You said the clock management was great today. At what point was clock management a concern today?
It wasn't today.
Well, it wasn't a concern
Why
because
time out. Why you want to throw him
was
under the bus, man? Why you want to throw him under the bus?
Because what I did.
He's
No,
in
it's-
Oregon, middle of nowhere.
it's-
He's fucking the fucking turkey in his backyard.
Neil
Yeah,
has
come in the
a good point. It wasn't an issue because it wasn't an issue. All right. It's usually a fucking issue. So they managed the clock.
It wasn't an issue because it wasn't an issue. Our clock
They managed the
management's
clock.
good. We
They
didn't
managed the
need to.
clock. So we don't need to talk about clock management as an issue because they
Clock
did it for
management
once.
only matters in a close game, but you can't sit here and say in a blog.
No, you know what?
Great
You
today,
know what?
guys.
The stupidest. You know what, Neil?
There was
As much
no need
as-
for clock
as-
management today. Could be kicked
much
out of ass.
As much as we fight and argue, and I hate you, and love you at the same time, and respect you as a fucking football person, for you to say clock management, I mean, dude, that is exactly what it's all about. It's clock management through the whole game, with your winning or fucking losing. Yeah, exactly. Go fuck yourself.
You had a great opportunity to say I'm right, but you didn't take it.
I said you were right, but not about clock management as the big game picture.
God, I wish you were here with us, Butler.
You don't get to talk about clock management in a 40-14 game.
You do, because that's all about clock management the entire game. Towards the second, they wouldn't have been up that much if they hadn't managed the clock in the fucking second quarter. They wouldn't have been up that much if they hadn't managed the clock in the third and the fourth quarter. They managed the clock when they had the ball. They ran the ball when they were supposed to. They threw screens. They threw the dip and fucking dunk. They threw the fucking Neil Brush, bent over and taking his ass play. The same fucking shit. Clock management is a continuous thing through the game. It's not just in the last 2 minutes.
So two things. One, I love the description. I love the energy. Keep it coming. Two, don't use my real name, my whole name.
Yo.
Like I would appreciate that. But
Wait, let me find your middle name and your date of birth. Hold on.
I'm the only person with my first and my last name. Like I've Googled myself. There's none other out there. There's no other people out there. With
Thank God.
But thank you. I appreciate it. You just doxed the shit out of me. That's fantastic.
Nobody's gonna dox you. I put my fucking email out there. Nobody emailed us, so I don't think
Just
anybody's.
for the record, Neil sells grenades, C4, TNT, and deck cord. Just so you guys know, you need blasting caps. He's
Jesus fucking Rick.
Oh, I'm totally kidding.
Not say that.
Well, he was.
Please.
He wasn't. Yeah, never mind. I never bought this shit from him. I'm a combine engineer. I got my own shit.
He's gonna put me on a no-fly list, and I'm just sitting here talking about the Lions. Come on.
All right.
We don't really
Anything
have.
else? You guys have any last questions before we wrap it up here?
Matthew Morris, performance of the week.
Oh, so
I'll tell you what. This is gonna be a close one. I think this week.
Well, on this one, I was thinking on the drive here.
Player of the week.
I was thinking we may need an offensive and a defensive player of the week.
Okay, so who's the defensive one for today?
It's going to be fucking Fabio.
I actually agree with you.
I don't know. Hutch had that sack.
Yeah, that's one thing. But Fabio, he upset that game. He upset all the rhythms today, man.
How about Houston?
Houston had a good game too. I don't believe you guys are talking about the defense when you have so many options on the offense. Like I said, you got Shark, you got Sun God, you got Goff.
Defense wins games.
So we got the ones out of the way for the defense. You had Anzalone that had a great game. You had Houston that had his third sack in his second career NFL game. Hutchinson is just playing at a great level, even though the stats might not show it. Then you've got the offensive side, which Swift had a great game. Jamal Williams had another.
Yeah, Williams another great
perfectly
game.
Williams
fine
had a good game. I couldn't make him the Matthew Morris player of the week.
I wouldn't either, but this dude just pumps out touchdowns.
Yeah.
Just week after week after week, he pumps out touchdowns. And it is awesome to sit here and watch because he's such a great person. And to see somebody that's such a great person be so productive and just statistically just nail it week in and week out. Consistency is one of the biggest things to me in terms of football. So to look at performances from week to week, really it's fun, but it's not really fair. But if you look at Jamal Williams' body of work for this season so far, the guy is just out of his damn mind. You have St. Brown, who had a fantastic game. He had over 100 yards receiving. He had 10 catches. He had 2 touchdowns. I personally would say that would be my vote for it. Not trying to lead anybody on. Goff had a good game.
Well, let me say something.
Yeah,
before
you know what?
Rick, before you jump in, real quick. St. Brown obviously is a clear choice, but I'm telling you right now, DJ Shark played. He had some huge catches on some fucking particularly important plays in that game.
Right,
So
yep.
I would say Shark.
Moment
You guys are saying St. Brown.
Yep. Fuck, this is a hard one. Well, let's have Austin and Matthew and our regulars that's always here supporting us. We love you bitches for that. Let's have them guys vote. Who are they going to be the player of the game?
I think at this point, to reply to Dwayne's comment that we need to re-sign Jamal Williams, I think that is an absolute priority.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, can I got to take a break here real quick and throw a big piss. We're almost done, but we need to get to Detroit Rick's story of the week.
Okay, so have you guys ever lit your fart on fire? You ever done that?
Maybe.
Have you? Yep. So a buddy of mine stationed in Hawaii, and a bunch of soldiers and their wives came on the beach. Everyone's on the beach, a big campfire, drinking, getting freaking drunk. All of a sudden, dude reaches back, fucking has a fart, like that takes like fucking flame fires. I'm like, oh shit, that's what cool as fuck. Next thing you know, everybody's trying to fart, and they're sitting on the campfire. All the wives and shit, they're all pissed off at us, lighting farts. So my buddy, I can't. No, the wives didn't do that shit. Fuck no. The wives are like, you fucking bunch of idiots. So it's getting late now. Everybody's gonna go to bed and shit. And my buddy, I can't use his real name because he's listening on here. So my buddy Billy, we'll say Billy. He goes in the tent. Him and his wife's getting ready to get busy. Gonna have fucking sex. Takes all fucking clothes off. He's got a fucking fart. This dumbass lights a fart, butt ass fucking naked. Guess what happened?
Was it in the tent?
In the tent. And they put the tent down. He throwed it, so the flame shot the fuck out, but then his asshole sucked the flame back in, burned his fucking nutsack, burned his asshole, had to take his ass to the fucking hospital because he burned his fucking balls, singed all his fucking hair, because back then in the early 80s, shaving wasn't a thing. So it's imagine going to the fucking emergency room because you burned your fucking asshole lighting a fart. Hey, doc, a little fart, man. My ass is on fire.
That's such a wholesome story. Right?
It's a wholesome story.
So,
I bet every fucking guy on here is lit a fart on fire, right?
I've never done that.
Well, you need to try it, dude, but keep your pants on because it'll burn your asshole.
so what do I think the record?
You want me to show you with
I'm
my
gonna go
pants?
straight to this
You want
what do I think the record's going to be at the? So I said at the beginning of the season, I think our amended projections were, I believe that I said 11-6. I will go with 10-7 at this point.
11-6? You were 12-5.
Was I? All right.
Well,
all right. No,
check the caption. Check the caption. I saved them. 12-5. You're close. What are you saying now, Neil?
Well, 10-7 because that's the best I can do. There's nothing on the schedule that I think that we can't win the rest of the season.
Well, guess what Detroit Rick picked? 10-7.
10-7.
Guess
No,
what?
sticking with that. We've got to get by. We've got to get by Minnesota, which we can. You know what? Jets have shown no weaknesses, and I'm guaranteeing you guys, teams are taking what am I trying to say?
I don't know.
They're looking at the Lions like, oh fuck, we got to play the Lions. These guys are fucking hungry. Other teams are looking at us like, oh shit, we pay attention to these guys. This isn't a gimme fucking game anymore.
Nope.
It isn't a gimme game. Last week against the Bills, I think we woke up a lot of the people in the NFL world. And I can't wait to get home tonight and put on ESPN. And they're going to say, the Surgeon Lions, these kids are hungry. These kids are playing good football.
Like I said earlier, it's okay to be excited about this team at this point. Everybody's healthy. Everybody feels good. Everything's firing. The coaching staff, the special teams, the kicking, the offense, the defense. This was a complete rounded game. Probably one of the best top 3 games I've ever seen in my life the Lions play. So if they can keep playing like this, guys.
Again, we did play the Jaguars.
It's going to be a fun couple next weeks. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, the rest of the season. The rest of the season is going to determine my mental health for like the next 9 months. They are in complete control right now, and it's all up to what they do.
Yep.
There's nothing on the schedule that scares me. There's nothing on the schedule that I view as unwinnable.
The Jets or the Eagles? Who are you playing? The Jets or the Eagles?
The Jets.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Jets.
We have them.
We have them. We have two toughest
Jets
games.
are the only team that I just think is a toss-up just because it's not our division. It just, who knows what's going to happen to those guys. But, I mean, I feel really confident. I feel really good, man. I hate feeling this good.
So real quick, so Angela's on here. So maybe we have Angela pick who's the Matthew Morris player of the week.
There you go. Angela.
We're not giving you choices. Tell us.
In honor of your brother,
don't be shy,
tell us
girl.
who the Matthew Morris player of the week is. While she's figuring that out, because that's a hard one. Gosh, guys, I don't know. That was a really good game.
That was a great game.
There's a lot of players that could be.
So this
is that what it feels like to have a normal Sunday for people?
No, this is what it's like to golf. This is what it's like to golf because you go out there and you're fucking disappointed. Like 90% of the time, and you're drunk, and then
scratch golfer.
Every blue moon, you hit that one shot that's
that
like
fucking drive.
That's just perfect. It goes
center.
290 down the middle of the fairway, and you weren't even trying.
And you're like,
I can't relate. I'm a scratch golfer. I can't relate with you guys.
I shoot at 86, man. So fuck you.
You shot at 86 where on the Bonnie Lake fucking the Sumner course is closed?
I shoot 86. When I get the 5th hole, I quit keeping score.
I broke 90 once.
On the 4th hole?
On the front 9, and then I shot a 92 on the back 9.
Yep. Once I get to 82, I quit keeping score. So I never shoot over 82.
Doesn't look like Angela's still watching, but hey, we got our views. Who gives a shit, right? We're getting paid, motherfucker. You can watch for 4 seconds or 4 minutes, and we still get paid on this shit.
Weekend for football. Okay, so
Oh, St. Brown. There
St.
we
Brown
go.
and Angela. It says St. Brown.
Oh, there it is. All right, Angela. We love you. We're just teasing you.
Because he got the fucking wind knocked out of his ass.
Is it
And I was
wrong for me
hoping
to
that
disagree
the
with
music
the
thing was-
sister of Matthew Morris for the play of the week?
St. Brown.
Was that a question?
No, I was just fucking around.
No.
Anything else, guys, gals, before we take off for the day? Rick's got to drive back to Tacoma in the snow.
Yeah, and it doesn't snow much around here. And I'm in a little ass fucking Fiat. I should have took my fucking
Why are
truck,
you
man.
driving a Fiat?
Because my daughter left it here when she moved, and it gets 30 miles a gallon, and my fucking big old truck gets 8 miles a gallon.
Actually, Fiats
Well,
are
when I
really
left
good
the
in the
house,
snow
it's
because
snowing,
they have
it
a
was snowing and
low,
raining.
they have low ground clearance. And they have a wide wheelbase. So a Fiat's actually the best thing you can. That's better than their 4-wheel drive fucking pavement princess.
Oh,
that
and
you're
I get in the
fucking
back of
driving around.
motherfuckers, make my lights, and push them out the fucking way.
All right. Well, it's been a good week, guys. I think we're all.
Mama,
super
when are you going to come
stoked.
up here? When are you coming up here?
I'll be up there before the end of the season. Quit your
You've been
bitching.
saying that all fucking year.
I got shit going on, Rick. As soon as that shit's taken care of, which is
Okay,
a
so
week
you
and a
had
half from
you
now,
had,
I will
you
be
had your
up there.
surgery, addictomy. How did that work out?
Do you have one now?
How'd your addictomy go?
I've got 2 dicks now, apparently. I don't know.
Perfect.
I don't have an addictomy.
Two
You're the
below
only person that's had an
average.
addictomy.
So we will see you guys next week after the Lions beat the Vikings.
All right. And Kirk Cousins can suck a fucking fat dick.
Gonna cook a steak? Gonna cook a
Sorry, yeah.
steak?
Oh, I do have. Wait, I have one more picture. My neighbors. So I cook pies from. I have 3 neighbors on my acreage out here. I cook pies for them, and I took 2 pies up because they have like fucking 20 grandkids, and they gave me this salmon. And dude, it looks small. That thing's fucking huge.
I love it when a
Fresh.
woman says that to me.
Fresh out of the fucking ocean. So. All right, boys, girls, ladies, friends, Rain City Roarers. Thanks for coming out and hanging out with us. We'll see you guys next week for sure. Again, I'm predicting a win. We'll see what happens. I'm Butler.
I'm Neil.
I'm Detroit Rick, but first of all, I want to thank all you freaking regular freaking listeners being on here, baby. Peace out. Have a good fucking week. Woo!